Hello everyone, it is Thursday and I'm filming in the week because I'm on half term. Woohoo! Yeah, so I've had a week off work. Doesn't mean that that's completely work free though. I've spent this morning marking some books amongst packing for moving in a couple of weeks time. Still got all my cross stitch stuff to pack, but I can't do that yet. I need to leave that till nearer the time. Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks since my last update. I've done a little bit of stitching, had a bit of a busy week last week with parents' evenings at school, so didn't get too much done last week, but I've got quite a bit done so far this week, and the end of the week as I filmed my last video I got a bit done then too. So I shall go ahead and start showing you what I have been up to. Okay, so we'll go for the Lakeside needlecraft stitch along first of all. So I have finished October's character, so it won't be long till the November one comes out. I think it'll be next Tuesday. So here's my little witch and the pumpkins. Yeah, I really enjoyed stitching this one. Back stitch wasn't too mad either. So this is what the whole thing looks like so far. So November's one will go just underneath Pegasus. So I'll try and get started on that as soon as it comes out. What with moving, I think I'm going to get behind on these monthly stitch alongs, but I'll try my best to keep up. You can actually see the fabric quite well today. Obviously filming during the day is better with the light, but this is Fantasy Wings from Crafty Kitten. You get a really good idea of the fabric there. Actually looks a bit orange, but yeah, really like it. And it's sparkly as well, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So that is that one. The next one that I worked on is my Clouds Factory stitch along. I haven't finished this yet, and I've only got a few days again till the next one comes out, so I'll try and finish that off this week. And it was New York in the postcards series. Postcard series, or, you know, postcard stitch along. So that is where I have got up to so far. So I have stitched the apartment building here. This has some black back stitch over to look like the stairs kind of going or zigzagging across the front. This is the start of a bridge. I think Brooklyn Bridge. I should really read the description that comes with the pattern. I'm not too sure what this is. I guess just some buildings. Taxi. Need to do the black of the wheels. This bit, I'm not sure what this part is. This, I guess, is the Empire State Building here, and obviously Statue of Liberty. And then I need to finish off the bridge. There is a little man that goes in here. I think he's a waiter. Might be being really stupid, but why is a waiter specifically New York related? It might not be a waiter, I might have got that wrong, so please correct me if I am wrong. Yeah, so it's exciting as I'm going to New York in February as well, my second time. And that is the whole thing so far. So what I'm going to do is when I've finished October, November and December down the bottom, I'm going to go back to the top and do the ones I missed at the start of the year as my own kind of monthly stitch along next year. I don't think I'm going to sign up to any more stitch alongs next year. I don't think, because I kind of feel it's my own fault, but I kind of feel I have pressure on myself to finish these by the end of the month so I get to the next one. And yeah, it kind of makes me not enjoy them as much, but then it's my own fault, so it doesn't really matter if I fall behind. I can just stitch it whenever. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with how this whole thing is looking. It's really colourful, I like the colours in it. I think my favourite one so far is, I don't know, it's hard. So either got to be Rio or Tokyo, I think. I'm leaning towards Tokyo slightly. But yeah, really liking that. This is on Belfast linen, just in a pale blue and white shade from So and So. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, and I've two others I've worked on. So this is a Mill Hill kit. I've never done a Mill Hill kit before. And it is Beartooth Santa in the Rocky Mountain Santa's range. And this is how far I have got. So if I put the two side by side, you might be able to kind of see how that is going. So this stitches up really, really quickly. So I've managed to do this in, I wouldn't say any more than 3 hours or so, which for me seems quite quick. Never done beading before, so that should be interesting. But I'll try and get this done by this Christmas so I can hang it on my tree in my new house. Yeah, so I'll turn this into a hanging of some sort. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I quite like stitching on this perforated paper. Really quick and easy. Yeah, my needle minder, a little Christmas doggy from Needle Keep Emporium. Okay, so that's that one. Oh yeah, so, and then this is kind of part of the stash section of my video, but I got a new magazine in the post with my subscription yesterday, Cross Stitch Crazy. And, oh no, it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday, I think, actually. Yeah, Monday. But I started something from it yesterday. So I just, sort of, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to stitch it. So it was this. So Soaring Center. Well, that's the title they give it anyway. Is that in the key with all the threads? It calls it Santa Sky Scene, so I'm not sure if it's actually got an official name. But there it is. So this design is by Emma Congdon. I really like her patterns. I've definitely stitched at least one of her designs before. It was a Love UK design, so it had Love UK in the middle and lots of designs around it which were motifs of things associated with England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. If you follow me on Instagram at Buckle Stitch, then you'll see down the bottom of my page somewhere that there was a picture of that, and I gave that to my good friends for their housewarming present, and they've got it up in their hallway, so that's really nice to see every time I go around. But yeah, so this is another one of her designs, so that's her there. And yeah, I really, really love this. I was kind of thinking about, because I'm not sure about the white Ada that it suggests. I was thinking about doing it on a dark blue opal glittery fabric, but because I was really impatient and I discovered that I had all but 7 of the threads already, I went for something that I already had in my stash. Some of my fabric that I got from the Knitting and Stitching show a couple of weeks ago. So I used like it's like a whitey grey mottled fabric that kind of I thought looked a bit like snowy, like a snowy sky. So what I think I will do as well, oh, I'm going to show you the chart there. What I think I will do as well is I'll probably add some of my own, swap out some of the, maybe, although it does look like metallic thread anyway, but the kind of the back stitch in there that's underneath Santa's sleigh and along the reindeer, I'll definitely do in a gold metallic thread. I might even It looks like it is anyway. But I'll do the antlers in a gold thread. And I might try and just get in some gold wherever I can. And I'll do the stars around it in gold as well. Just to glitterify it up a little bit. Don't know if I'll finish this before this Christmas, but it suggests it takes 25 hours. And I spent probably about 2 or 3 hours on, probably about 2 hours on it yesterday. So I'm either slow or they really underestimate in these magazines how long it takes you to do something. But this is where I got to. So I started on the bottom left hand side, because normally I start in the middle, but in the middle of the chart was nothing, because it was a space just between Santa and the reindeer and the houses underneath. So I was bound to mess up counting, so I thought, right, I'll measure, this fabric is plenty big enough anyway, but I'll measure it so that I've got big enough border around the edges, and I started from the bottom left. So you can see the fabric quite well there. It's called Cloud Stone and it's from Sew It All. I bought this at the Knitting and Stitching show, but I thought it would just a little bit, better is the right word, but a little bit more, I don't know, brings it to life a bit more than maybe just plain white Ada. Oh, this is 28 count even weave as well. Alright, so I started with the walls of the house and part of the roof, and then this bit here is like a big, I think it's a church. Well, it's a building with a domed roof anyway, so there'll be like a domed roof here. This is the wall leading up to that. Yeah, and part of what made me stitch this, or start it yesterday, was the Stitch Mania election stitch along. So yesterday's day was build a wall. So in honour, I guess, of Donald Trump, genius suggestion, build a wall. Why not? Yeah, so I built this wall with stitches. And this is a bit of a wall as well. And because I'm missing a few of the threads, which I've ordered this morning from Cat's Cross Stitch, I am unable to do the other shades of brown in this roof, although it does look quite cool like that. Yeah, and I'm missing a little bit of different grey down here, and yeah, so I would imagine they'll probably be here by maybe even Saturday, but if not Monday. So, but I've got enough that I can do with what I've got already. So I'm really enjoying this. I'll probably carry on with it later today because there is some blue in it, so I can use that to fit in with today's stitch along. Stitch Mania stitch along theme, because it's blue for blue states. Yeah, there is some blue. I can do some of the blue buildings in there, probably that one. There's a little bit there. Okay, so yes, and as the challenge started on Tuesday, and Tuesday was red states, I just did Santa's hat. I'd already done the glove, and the only bit of red left was the red in his hat. So that's what I chose to do as part of the Stitch Mania stitch along. I haven't been organised enough to look at every day, what every day's theme is, and plan out what to do for each day to match that theme. I just kind of take it as a day by day thing, and you know, if I've got time to stitch that day, I'll look at it and I'll stitch something that I've already got that matches that theme. So really, it's really fun looking at everyone's, you know, different takes on what fits the theme, and you know, looking at everyone's progress pictures in Stitch Mania, so that's really fun. Okay, so that is all I have worked on this week. My Lakeside needlecraft, my Clouds Factory postcards, my Mill Hill Santa, and my Cross Stitch Crazy Santa sky scene. So yeah, I've got through that quite quickly. Okay, so just some rest of the things that I normally talk about. So not had an awful lot of stash or haul this week. Well, this is quite a big lot of stuff, but I had ordered this ages ago. So some of you might remember from a previous video me talking about buying a Heaven and Earth design. It was called Harmony, and it was a Japanese garden scene. So let me see if I can find it. 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to use the chart on the iPad. So it was that one. Okay, so I bought the pattern for this. I've downloaded it in Goodreader. Yet to make a start on it because I was waiting for my supplies to arrive. So I've got some 25 count Lugana, and then I've got all the threads that I need to make a start on this. So I think this arrived last weekend, or yeah, last weekend sometime, or end of last week. So I'm normally an anchor collector, but what I decided, and I don't necessarily kit up for each project, I kind of, if I know I've got that colour thread, I'll find it in my set or find it in a folder with one of my other whips. But for this, I've got a designated set of threads that are just for this project. So I went for DMC as it's slightly cheaper. Yeah, that took a while to come, and I'm still waiting for a box, like a bobbin box to put all the threads in when I've bobbined them, and I'll bobbin them as I go along. I'm not doing them all in one go because that would be nuts, and I'll probably go insane by the end. Oh yeah, so in terms of stash, like I said, I've got those new Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. I also got a copy of the World of Cross Stitching, and this, I think this was, yeah, this is from the Cross Stitch Crazy subscription. This is a little free kit that came in it, and it's actually plastic. Oh, sorry, move the camera. This is actually on plastic canvas, so they're quite sweet. I don't know if I'd do them as cards. I might actually do them as decorations if I got round to it, and maybe give them to someone or put them on my tree. Talking of trees, when I watched Crafty Creative Claire's last video, she was talking about her tree that she has, little ornamental tree from Hobbycraft, and I am going to be stealing your idea. So I found the tree on Hobbycraft. I haven't ordered it yet. I'm going to wait till I move house, and then I'm going to use it as a seasonal tree. So I can hang Christmas things on it, hang Easter things on it, Halloween, general spring things when it's spring, Valentine's tree, because who doesn't love Valentine's decorations? So yeah, so I'm going to steal your idea and have it up in my new house. So thanks for that. Yeah, so if anyone's interested in the latest World of Cross Stitching or Cross Stitch Crazy, then let me know and I'll do a little flick through in my next video. I'm sure most of you probably from the UK get those magazines regularly anyway. Yeah. Okay, one more thing I got, and I got this yesterday. I went shopping with my mum, started Christmas shopping, and actually got quite a few things. So I got this basket. So like a grey felty kind of material, and I'm going to use it to put all my fabric in. £4 from a shop called Tiger that sells like stationery, random kitchen things. So yeah, I really like this. I've got a thing about grey at the moment as well. When I move, I want to get grey, maybe lighter than this, but light grey sofa, bed, and just, yeah, probably lighter than this though, but just, yeah, because at the moment, as you can see behind me, everything's quite dark. Got dark leather sofas. There's a chair in front of me here that you can't see. Just, I want light grey and lots of light accessories to make it nice and light and bright. So that's my plan. But yeah, so I thought this will be good for storing all my fabric in. Not that I've got lots, but it's always handy to have more storage. Yeah, so my plans for the rest of the week is I'll probably stitch the blue, like I said, of my Santa sky scene, and I'll keep up this week with following the Stitch Mania election stitch along themes for each day. There will come a time in the next week or so where I'll have to pack my stuff up. I'll have to keep one project out, I think. Maybe leave that with my parents or something, but I will have to pack my cross stitch stuff up in a box. I don't want to do it, but it will have to be done at some point. So yeah, never mind, I keep putting it off. Yeah, so I've enjoyed watching everyone's videos, people that have posted in the last couple of weeks. I won't list everyone's names because I'll forget someone, but I've really enjoyed, you know, watching people from near and far on FlossTube. Yeah, so my Instagram is Buckle Stitch if you'd like to see my progress photos on there. Please write any comments or ask me any questions in the bit below this video, and I hope that everyone has a good stitchy week or fortnight or month, and I think I'll probably be able to film one more video in my current surroundings, and then there might be a little bit of a break while I sort myself out in my new house. But yeah, thank you everybody for your lovely comments on the last video, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.